The perfect fifth, the basis of all harmony, you say? Well, it's on Guitar Hub. Let's delve into a wee bit of musical theory, shall we? We conjecture ahead.
Although this is going to be weird, and it's going to be about a different.
Title of the conference was something like Ground Truth or Turtles All the Way Down. And so it seems as though there's one Ruliad. I don't think it rules them all. And it might be just hyper rulial turtles all the way down.
Yes, it's on the back of an infinite number of hyperrulial turtles.
Various people are commenting on the outrage of hacking the universe on a MacBook Air.
Hey guys, what's going on? Memes here. So what's going on here? All I know is, on this internet stuff and things, I've talked with some fascinating people. I can neither confirm nor deny that they may or may not exist, but I learn a lot from people I talk to. So what we got over here? Over here was brought to us by Hub Guitar. The perfect fifth, the basis of all harmony. It's a very broad question, though I've often heard, if you put a question mark, it's usually wrong. Maybe not always, but often. After you've been studying music theory, the one thing you'll start noticing is that the perfect fifth seems to be a recurring theme. This interval is the most consonant of all intervals, which can be formed from a different note other than the root. Many people believe this interval is the basis of harmony. Hey, Kodov, good to see you, my friend. Universality is not only the modern music system that is based on the perfect fifth, but many, if not most all, primitive music systems. It seems to be a natural thing. All notes come from the fifth. One note to rule them all. Whatever. Didn't work there. Not as cool as the Ruliad. But, or is it? Pythagorean tuning, one of the earliest, if not earliest, 12-note tuning systems was conceived of by imagining a series of perfect fifths from C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. Oh my God, I still remember what those are. It's been a while. That's why I started in class of prime port. O and F. I apologize. However, the perfect fifth we hear when we are tuning corresponds to a ratio of 3 to 2. That's 1/2. That's pretty cool. Which equals a difference of 702 cents. So the tuning to the 12 chromatic notes from this knowledge proved difficult as the sum of 12 of these perfect fifths is 8,424 cents. So as an octave is 1,200 cents. When we arrive back at C, it should be 7 octaves above, or 8,400 cents. We use our ear to tune up a series of fifths, we arrive back at C. This note would be oddly out of tune with the original C. We'll go to our friend Wolfram Alpha. 702 divided by 8424. Oh, that's 1/12. If we go back to 8,400. That's pretty close, but not quite. Oh, and it repeats. So under equal temperament, the fifth is very slightly corrected from 702 cents to 700 cents. This difference is not really noticeable, and now all notes can be consistent and equal pitched. All I know is boundary conditions seem to be pretty useful. The perfect fifth and 12th perfect fifth is represented almost completely accurately in 12-note equal temperament, suggesting that its accuracy is fundamental to music. The root note of the nearest key. In any given key, the closest tonality, which is the key in which it's playing, the relationship to the notes to each other, most specifically to the tonal center. That's pretty cool. That's a vehicle. This means that in the key of C major, the closest key up is G major, because G has only one note different than C. A strong presence in the harmonic series. Any given note of a series of overtones can be heard. This is called the harmonic series. In the harmonic series, the strongest overtones are on the bottom. The first and strongest overtone, excluding the root and octaves, is the perfect fifth. This means that whenever you play any note, the note a perfect fifth above is also audible in the overtones of the first note. So if you play a C note, you're also playing a G note. Because of the strong relationship between the root and its fifth, The overtones of each note will also match closely. In other words, they imply very strongly related consonant harmonies with respect to each other. A note that is consonant with another will seem to agree and fit well when played together with the first. Well, that's pretty sweet. Hey, Tim and Ray, good to see you. I like your spelling array. It was totally Ray from Breath of Fire 3, although I think he was a dude cat man. These things happen. But, all right. They said the harmonic series. The harmonic series, brought to us by Wikipedia, links in the doobly-doo. A harmonic series, also overtone series, is a sequence of harmonics, musical tones, or pure notes whose frequency is an integer, multiple of a fundamental frequency. The fundamental frequency, often referred to simply as fundamental, is defined as the lowest frequency of a periodic waveform. Ah, a waveform. They talk about that a lot in physics. Pitch musical instruments are often based on an acoustic resonator, such as a string or column of air, which oscillates at numerous modes simultaneously. At the frequencies of each vibrating mode, waves travel in both directions along the string or air column, reinforcing and canceling out each other to form standing waves. Huh. Got some waves there. Well, that's pretty sweet. The Fifth Harmonic. Standing waves on a string. Oh, look, we got a little string there. Nodes and antinodes. Cool. A standing wave pattern is a pattern of which results from interference of two or more waves along the same medium. All standing wave patterns are characterized by positions along the medium, which are standing still. Such positions are referred to as nodal positions or nodes. Nodes occur at locations where two or more waves interfere so that one wave is displaced upward and the same amount that second wave is displaced downward. I mean, isn't that like a standard sine cosine wave? Again, I am not a professionally trained mathematician. I'm a dude on the internet who likes talking to a lot of cool people. Hey, Ernesto. Thank you for joining, my friend. All right, we continue. Antinodes are located at positions along the medium where the two interfering waves are always undergoing constructive interference. We usually hear about destructive, and apparently that's bad, but constructive interference, they say. Brought to us by, physics classroom. We're talking about music within science. I guess that's why it's a theory. Hey, welcome, Apollo. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. We're talking a little bit of music theory and potential connections to science. I'm not going to go into much detail. According to some really smart people that may or may not exist, this might be important. God, I love deep lore. The standing wave patterns are always characterized by an alternating pattern of nodes and antinodes. So basically, thus far we've discussed that, at least within music, you can construct all other musical notes from the perfect fifth, or the fifth harmonic, some may say. I might be butchering that. I apologize. I'm not a professional musician. That was Corey. We had him on earlier, a year or so ago. But essentially, if you can construct all of the notes from the harmonic fifth, and if it has a ratio of 3 to 2, just in my mind, 3 and 2 tend to be very important in some other models I've seen. I'm just saying. Standing wave patterns are always characterized by an alternating pattern of nodes and antinodes. Oh, so basically like that. So when we're listening to music, it's kind of a wave. It's oscillating different stuff and things, and depending on the pitch and the frequency and stuff, that depends on what we hear. So you have like undertones, and then like the perfect fifth is basically, it's something that you usually hear. I think it's like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. There are a variety of patterns which could be produced by vibrations within a string, a slinky, a toy, a wonderful toy, a wonderful toy is a slinky. I always seem to tangle or break them. I ruin everything. Or rope. Each pattern corresponds to vibrations which occur at a particular frequency is known as harmonic. Sounds like harmonic oscillation or something. The lowest possible frequency at which a string could vibrate to form a standing wave pattern is known as the fundamental frequency. Well, the first harmonic. The second, yada, yada, yada. Oh, this is pretty cool. Wavelengths and stuff. Yeah, that's from physicsclassroom.com. It's a perfect fifth according to Wikipedia. Perfect fifth. Oh, 7 semitones. It's a break in scale symmetry for another particular model I know. That's pretty cool. Oh, look, it's octaves. It's got octaves. Huh. I think that's used in electrical engineering or something. Brought to us by Chegg.com. Fifth harmonic definition. A harmonic is a wave or a signal with a frequency that is intermultiple of a reference signal or wave. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Consider an alternating current signal. Oh, yeah, well, look, we're back in physics and stuff. Electromagnetic field or sound wave that possesses a fundamental frequency of F, the frequency at which the signal occurs when the maximum energy is absorbed is the measure in hertz. Well, that's that frequency thing, kind of like your TV. A lot of times people would like to get plasma TVs because they have like the higher refresh rate, like beyond 120, like 240 or so. Seems to be really good for sports. But hey, hey, hello, Sherry. Hey, good to see you pop in. But Kotov, Brady is GOAT. Hashtag Boston Strong. The fundamental frequency F. The second frequency would be 2F, and the fifth frequency would be 6F. And if that's a symbol for lambda, I believe. If lambda represents the wavelength, it's often what it's used for. I use it for a bunch of other things too, depending on what you want. But of a specific medium, then the wavelength of the second harmonic would be lambda over 2. The fifth harmonic would be lambda over 5. That's pretty cool. Okay. Regions of the fifth harmonic. The fifth harmonic is represented as 5F. Consider an electric power system where the harmonic is a current at multiple fundamental frequencies F, which is produced by the action of nonlinear loads through rectifiers, lighting, or magnetic devices. Power quality issues primarily arise due to the harmonic frequencies in the power grid. Apparently, at one point, they were talking about doing broadband through the power lines. I was like, what? And then as I started to learn more science, I'm like, wait, you could have actually done that. But then it's like, all right, the electricity and stuff, a lot of potential interference. That's why fiber tends to be a lot easier for things. But the harmonics are due to the increasing heating in equipment and conductors, wrong firing in variable speed drives, and the torque pulsation in motors. I thought we were talking about music. Variable speed drives, torque pulsation in motors. Seems like we're talking about mechanics that range across a very broad spectrum of fields. This may be important. When two or more waves along the same medium interfere with each other, a standing wave pattern is formed. The standing wave position of the waves is called a node or nodal position. Oh, basically, the nodes are basically what they cross, and the antinodes are, it's basically on the other side. Huh. I picturing sometimes when I graph I in Wolfram Alpha. Must be no correlation whatsoever. When we consider normal AC system, the variation of the current causes a formation of sinusoidal, basically sine, cosine. Basically, that's the geometry stuff that at least I kind of forgot about for a very long time. At a particular frequency, say 50 or 60 hertz, when a linear load is connected to an electric circuit, the sinusoidal current is drawn with the same frequency as the voltage. The nonlinear loads develop current harmonics. When a rectifier is connected to the system, the current drawn becomes non-sinusoidal. The distortion of the wave formation becomes complex. Depending on this interaction with the various components of the system with the type of load, what ever be the waveform. The Fourier series transform, basically, that's a way to basically take a whole bunch of information. Very often we use what's called the fast Fourier transform to turn whatever information is into something we may better comprehend. But the Fourier series translation makes it possible to deconstruct a complex waveform into a series of simple sinusoidal waves. These waves start at the fundamental frequency. Oh, we talked about that just a few minutes. Wow, I've been rambling for 15 minutes about harmonics. Sharing is caring, and learning is earning. Yeah, that sounds good. And it rhymes. I'll take it. These waves start and they occur at integral multiples of the fundamental frequency. I'm only going to share so much right now because I want to respect is earned. It's also trust is also earned. It's also one of the quickest things you can burn. You got a current here. It's got a motor doing stuff and things to combine to the loads. The variable frequency drive. All right, getting kind of wacky there. All right, although that looks actually more. Oh, okay. So it's still learning, but no comment, Ernesto. But even harmonics do not exist in power systems because of the symmetry between in power systems, nonlinear loads cause harmonics. Examples of nonlinear loads are semiconductor devices such as transistors, IGBTs, and diodes. These nonlinear loads can create distortion in pure sinusoidal voltage waveform that may result in resonance. So basically, it gets kind of wacky and everything like that. It gets kind of in flux. It's kind of like when I'm planning on doing something, or if I trip down the stairs, it's like, crap. It's not going to be a good thing. You're going to chaos and everything like that. It's not as beautiful as you would hope. Even harmonics do not exist in power systems because of the symmetry between positive and negative halves of the cycle. Voltage harmonics are caused by the current harmonics. Current harmonics cause distortion of the voltage due to source impedance. This impedance is small. Only small voltage harmonics are caused by the current harmonics. By this reason, the waveform of voltage is approximated by the fundamental frequency of voltage. The approximation is used, and there's no effect on the power of load transferred by the current harmonic. We plot a graph between the voltage wave and the fundamental frequency and a current harmonic without phase shift. We observe that the area above the horizontal axis and below the current harmonic wave is equal to the area below the axis and above. Current harmonic for every period of voltage. A little thing there. Wait a second. It's not I, is it? Or not? Well, it is I, but depends on. I'm not talking about an imaginary. Oh, look, 3/2. That's the fifth harmonic, but it's got pies in there. I like pie. And we must remember, cheesecake is also pie. I think Fizz topologically proved it a few months ago. It has crust. That makes sense to me. I complicated it. Therefore, it can be concluded that the mean of the real power of current harmonics is equal to 0. In the case of high harmonics of voltage, the power transferred to the load is contributed by current harmonics. We can keep learning. Go back to a perfect fifth. Where were we? Yes. The justly tuned pitch ratio of the fifth is 3:2. Oh. Himalaya. Oh. It refers to 3 beats of equal value and the time normally occupied by 2 beats. Oh. So basically, you can hear it. Oh. We got some cool. What is that? The square root of 2 times 12 raised to the 7th? Well, I mean, if there's a total of, there's 12 tone equal temperament. Okay. 12 chromatic notes. And then there are 7 semitones within the fifth harmonic. That's pretty neat. And then we got sense and everything there. Seems to be Thanks for that. Oh, the greater imperfect fifth. We got lots of cool stuff here. All right. Where were we? The harmonic series. Da, 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 da. I'm sorry, I'm listening to Dragon Ball in the background. Hey, Phil. Oh. We should talk. I don't know if you have Twitter. You can leave a comment. Love to chat with you. Because this is how I learn. Okay, so basically, same thing. Whoa, look at all those waves, varying lengths and everything. I've heard people say that waves are the building block of our realm of persistence. The circle of fifths. In music theory, the circle of fifths is a way of organizing the 12 chromatic pitches as a sequence of perfect fifths. This is strictly the standard 12-tone equal temperamental system. Oh, I just saw that. The different series relies on one interval of diminished sixths to the treated as a fifth. We gotta choose our axioms carefully. Where do we want to go? Okay. Circle of fifths organizes its pitches into a sequence of perfect fifths, generally shown as a circle of the pitches, and the corresponding keys in a clockwise pattern. Musicians and composers often use the circle of fifths to describe the musical relationships between pitches. Its design is helpful in composing and harmonizing melodies, building chords, and modulating different keys within a composition. Diatonic key signatures. Each of the 12 pitches can serve as a tonic or as a major or minor key. And each of these keys will have a diatonic scale associated with it. In music theory, a diatonic scale is any heptatonic scale, I apologize, that includes 5 whole steps and 2 half steps. 5 whole steps and 2 half steps. Okay. In each octave in which 2 half steps are separated from each other by either 2 or 3 whole steps, depending on the position of the scale. Cool. Associated with the circle diagram shows the number of sharps or flats, each key signature, with the major keys indicated by a capital letter and minor key indicated by a lowercase letter. Major and minor keys of the same signature is referred to as relative minor to each other. Tonal music often modulates to a new tonal center whose key signatures differ from the original by only 1 flat or sharp. These closely related keys are fifth apart from each other and are therefore adjacent to the circle of fifths. Chord progressions often move between chords whose roots are often related by perfect fifth, making the circle of fifths useful in illustrating harmonic distance. I love this stuff. But as you can see, this has been something within different stuff and things for a long time now. But yeah, that's cool. It's almost impossible to avoid the circle of fifths progression. Totally love to talk to you, Phil. But that's all I got for right now. Hey, peace out, everybody. Be safe, and you never know what's going to happen. I'm seeing some bright light, apparently. We achieved ignition. We may actually be 20 years away from having actual functional fusion to actually work now. This is a lot more interest in it right now, but hey, peace out, everybody.
Have you guys checked out the Memes of Destruction's channel? He's an interesting dude. I like him.